Every afternoon at 2 p.m., Robert sits down in his recliner. He closes his eyes for what he thinks will be 20 minutes. 2 hours later, he wakes up, groggy, disoriented, and unable to fall asleep that night until well past midnight. His doctor told him napping was fine. His wife told him to stop napping altogether. Neither one gave him the specific number that would have solved the problem in one afternoon. That number is 20 minutes. And the research behind it is more specific and more surprising than almost anything currently being said about napping and brain health after 60. In this video, I'm going to investigate the nap paradox. Why the thing most people over 60 do to recover energy in the afternoon may actually be making their fatigue worse. And why getting the duration exactly right may be one of the most powerful brain health tools available to you right now. As always, nothing in this video is medical advice. Always consult your physician about persistent fatigue or sleep concerns. What this video does is show you what the research actually says, so you can have a more informed conversation with your doctor. To understand why 20 minutes is the magic number, I need to explain something about sleep architecture that most people over 60 have never been told. Sleep is not one thing. It is a series of stages, each one serving a completely different biological purpose. Stage 1 is the lightest sleep, the transitional phase between wakefulness and sleep. Stage 2 is light sleep, where the brain begins consolidating information and slowing down. Stage 3 is deep slow-wave sleep, the most physically restorative stage, where the body repairs tissue, strengthens the immune system, and runs the glymphatic rinse cycle we talked about in video 8. And REM sleep is where emotional processing and long-term memory consolidation happen. In a full nighttime sleep cycle, you move through all 4 stages roughly every 90 minutes. But here's what happens during a daytime nap. Write that down. The first 20 minutes of a nap cover stage 1 and stage 2 only. You wake up refreshed and alert. At 21 minutes, you begin entering stage 3, deep slow-wave sleep. And once you are in, waking up becomes a completely different experience entirely. This is the mystery. Stage 3. Deep sleep during the day does not refresh you the way nighttime deep sleep does. It triggers a phenomenon researchers call sleep inertia, a state of temporary cognitive impairment, disorientation, and grogginess that can last anywhere from 15 minutes to over an hour after waking. Your brain was in the middle of a deep maintenance cycle. Being pulled out of it before it completes leaves the brain in a worse state than before you lay down. This is exactly what Robert experiences every afternoon at 2 p.m. He is not waking up refreshed. He is waking up with sleep inertia, and his brain is spending the next 45 minutes trying to recover from the nap that was supposed to help him. But the sleep inertia problem is only half of the mystery, because the long nap does a second thing that is even more damaging to Robert's nights. Sleep pressure. This is one of the most important concepts in sleep science that almost nobody over 60 has ever heard explained. Your brain maintains a chemical called adenosine throughout the day. Every hour you are awake, adenosine accumulates. The more adenosine builds up, the more pressure you feel to sleep. This sleep pressure is what makes you genuinely sleepy by the end of the day. It is what makes nighttime sleep deep and restorative rather than light and fragmented. What does a long afternoon nap do? It drains the adenosine tank. 2 hours of afternoon sleep removes most of the sleep pressure that was supposed to build up over a full waking day. By bedtime, Robert's brain has insufficient adenosine to drive deep restorative sleep. He lies awake until midnight. He gets fragmented light sleep. He wakes up exhausted. He needs another afternoon nap, and the cycle continues. This is the nap paradox. The long nap makes today's fatigue feel better for about 90 minutes. And then it makes tonight's sleep and tomorrow's fatigue significantly worse. Think about your own afternoon energy right now, or think about someone you live with who naps regularly. Does the nap leave them genuinely energized for the rest of the day? Or do they wake up groggy, struggle through the late afternoon, and then find themselves lying awake at night? Keep that pattern in mind as we get to the research that changes everything. Now, here is where the nap mystery takes a completely unexpected turn, because the research does not say stop napping. It says nap smarter, and the specific finding that changes the equation comes from NASA, of all places. In the 1990s, NASA researchers studied the effects of napping on pilots and astronauts. They found that a 26-minute nap produced a 34% improvement in cognitive performance and a 54% increase in alertness compared to no nap at all. The key was the duration, short enough to stay within stage 1 and stage 2 sleep, long enough to produce measurable cognitive benefit. This finding has been replicated across multiple studies in older adult populations. Specifically, a 2019 study published in the journal Aging found that afternoon naps of 30 minutes or less were associated with better cognitive function, better nighttime sleep quality, and significantly lower rates of depression in adults over 60. Naps of 90 minutes or more were associated with worse cognitive outcomes across every measure tested. But here's the finding that will genuinely surprise you, because the research on napping after 60 goes even deeper than duration. Timing matters as much as length. Research published in Nature Aging in 2023 found that regular afternoon napping in older adults, specifically naps taken between 1 and 3 p.m., was associated with larger brain volume, measurably larger. The researchers found that habitual nappers showed structural brain differences consistent with 2.6 to 6.5 years of younger brain aging. Let me say that again. Regular afternoon napping at the right time, at the right duration, was associated with a brain up to 6.5 years younger than non-nappers of the same chronological age. The Mediterranean cultures that have practiced the siesta for generations were not being lazy. They were doing something that research now confirms is genuinely neuroprotective, as long as the duration stays within the stage 2 window. So the mystery is solved. The nap itself is not the problem. The duration is the problem. Stay within 20 to 30 minutes. You get cognitive benefit, brain protection, and preserved nighttime sleep pressure. Go beyond 30 minutes. You get sleep inertia, drained adenosine, fragmented nighttime sleep, and all the fatigue consequences that follow. Here is exactly how to get this right. Starting this afternoon. Action step 1. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Not 30. Not 45. 20. If you struggle to fall asleep, quickly add 5 minutes for the transition into stage 1. 25 minutes maximum. When the timer goes off, get up. Do not lie there for 5 more minutes. Do not hit snooze. The moment you stay past 25 minutes, you are entering stage 3 territory and everything changes. Action step 2. Nap between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. only. Napping after 3 p.m. shifts the adenosine drain too close to bedtime. Your nighttime sleep pressure will be insufficient regardless of how short the nap was. The 1 to 3 p.m. window aligns with the natural post-lunch circadian dip that the body experiences regardless of whether you ate lunch, meaning your brain is already primed for a brief sleep window at this time. Action step 3. Try the caffeine nap. This sounds counterintuitive, but the research behind it is solid. Drink a cup of coffee or tea immediately before your 20-minute nap. Caffeine takes approximately 20 to 25 minutes to be absorbed and reach the brain. You wake up from your nap precisely as the caffeine is beginning to work, creating a dual alertness effect from both the stage 2 sleep restoration and the caffeine that research shows is significantly more effective than either alone. Robert changed one thing. He set a 20-minute timer instead of lying down without one. Within 3 days, his nighttime sleep improved significantly. Within 2 weeks, he stopped waking up at 3 a.m. The nap did not need to be eliminated. It needed to be timed. The nap paradox is not your destiny. It is a solvable mystery, and the solution takes exactly 20 minutes. If this video helped you, please share it with one person over 60 who naps every afternoon and wakes up feeling worse than before they lay down. One 20-minute timer could change their entire night. Subscribe to Reclaim 60 for more health mysteries investigated every week. Every research source cited in this video is linked in the description below. And leave a comment with just one word. How long is your usual afternoon nap? 20 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. Your answer helps other viewers know they are not alone. I'll see you in the next one.